Hello, how are you? So, I just want to welcome you to stop translating and start leading. I'm recording this session for you because I think it's going to be really useful. You might want to re-watch it and enjoy the contents a second time. So, I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you very much for taking the time to come and see me today. Today, we're talking about something that every non native English speaking professional woman experiences but rarely admits. You can say everything perfectly in your head, but the minute you open your mouth, woof, it disappears. If that's you, you are in exactly the right place because today we are going to stop translating and start leading. My name is Joanne Haywood, and I help ambitious women to speak with clear, confident authority in English without more study, stress, or self doubt. Let's dive in. La la la. Here's the truth. Strange but true. Your English is not the problem. I'm going to say that one more time. Your English is not the problem. Your overthinking is. When you translate, you hesitate, you lose impact, and then you lose your confidence. It's not your English that's the problem. You translate in your head. How do I say this perfectly? What's the right phrase? Is this formal enough? Is this informal enough? Will they judge me? By the time you've translated, the moment has passed. Engage your mind and just relax. Tell me one place where you overthink the most. Is it in meetings, making presentations, writing emails? Where is one place where you overthink the most? Overthinking slows down your English and makes your intelligence sound smaller than it is. Why do you translate? Most people think translation is a language problem. It is not. It is a self-protective mechanism. You translate because you don't want to sound wrong. You want to sound professional. You're scared of being misunderstood. Or you think you need perfect English to sound credible. Now, let's be honest. You're not translating for fun. You're translating because your brain is trying to protect you from embarrassment or judgment. Think of a moment this week you stayed quiet because you didn't feel ready to speak. Think about it. Have you got one? Okay. Keep that moment in mind. We will come back to it. The confidence loop. This is the loop most women believe exists. I will feel confident. I will speak when I feel confident. But confidence does not come first. Confidence comes from speaking. Let's have a look. Speak. When you speak, you are giving your brain evidence that speaking is something that you do. This brings confidence. When you feel a little bit more confident, you speak again. But where does it start? It starts with the speaking. Think about your first job. Day one. Did you know what you were even doing? Zero confidence. Day 10, you felt different because you had evidence that you were doing okay. Maybe not excelling at everything because day 10 is still quite early, but imagine day 20, day 30, start to feel a lot more comfortable with what you're doing, a lot more confident. Think about driving. When you passed your driving test, it took me 3 times to pass my driving test. Did I feel confident? No, I did not. And my dad always says, you actually become confident in driving. You become a driver when you start to drive. That's when the confidence comes. So here is the real loop. Speak. That will give you the evidence that you're able to speak, that you're able to communicate. That will give you the confidence, knowing you can do it. And then with that confidence, you will speak again. Every time you speak, even imperfectly, your brain receives evidence that it is safe. Does this make sense? I hope it does. First technique is an absolute game changer. This technique alone changed one of my clients, the way she approached her boss, just using this one technique alone. Headlines first. This is how leaders speak. Don't start with Start with the main point, the key point. This in itself can be tricky when you first start off. My clients, when they first come to me, they tend to wamble about without getting to the main point. And when I ask them, what is the main point? Even then they struggle. This is a skill that comes with practice. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's the main point. Then give the reason. This is the main point because. I'm going to give you some examples. Instead of, so I was thinking, I'm not sure, but maybe we could. Has anyone ever used these phrases? I'm sure you have. I have a suggestion. I believe this plan will cause delays. Here's why. Another example. Instead of, I think maybe the deadline, say we need more time. The data is not complete yet. Take that thought that you had earlier, the one you stayed quiet for, and think about rewriting it using the headline first. What would you actually want to say? We are running behind on this project because of the reason. What's the main thing you want to say? How's the project going? We are running behind schedule because of these reasons. Everything is going according to schedule, but we could do with some more. These are all opportunities to nail the key information first because your boss doesn't want to hear, maybe. That's not what you want to hear. That's not what he or she wants to hear. And that's not the information you want to give. You want to sound like a leader. You know what you want to say. You need to say it with authority. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. What is the key headline? Say that first. That will get the attention that you need. People will start to listen because you're going in with the most important information. Now, let's get rid of the over formal, over translated English. Let's go to more normal sounding English. We do not say, according to my opinion. What we say is, I think. I'm not sure, but maybe. One option could be. I'd like to kindly ask, could you please? Business English is not advanced vocabulary. English, when you're communicating, is about being understood and understanding. So to say something in the most straightforward way is by far the most beneficial, especially in this global environment where you have to think about people from all over the world who are listening in all different accents and all different listening skills. The clearer, the more straightforward you can be, the better in all circumstance. You do not need longer sentences to sound professional. You need clearer ones. Okay? So if you want to reach out to me and give me some phrases that you use that you would like to make simpler, feel free. Reach out. I will absolutely correct it for you. Correct it. Not saying it's wrong, saying it doesn't make you sound like a leader, especially if you're sounding too formal, too apologetic. Sorry is a word you should banish. Good. Now imagine yourself 6 weeks from now. You will speak without translating. You express your ideas clearly. You sound calm, even when speaking spontaneously. People listen to you differently. You feel like the leader that you actually are. The transformation is not about studying. It's about unlocking the voice that you already have. This is a 6-week transformation. And people say to me, how can you do all this in 6 weeks? I have an amazing technique that works with everyone. I'm going to go through some of these. These are just a small selection of comments I have received after 2, 3, and 4 weeks of the 6-week course to give you some idea. I'm not going through this because I want to boast about how amazing my course is. What I want you to do is read these and see which ones would be the most relevant to how you want to feel. Because this is what it's about. I've been criticized a lot in my career, but never guided on how to improve until now. When this client started off with this sentence, I was like, I wonder where she's going with this. But I loved the ending because I am there to guide her on how to improve. The next one, seeing things from a different perspective, being taught and pointed in a new direction. I haven't had this ever in my career. Is this what you're looking for? Is this the type of supportive guidance that you would love? I'm loosening up. I'm not so reserved anymore, especially with higher ranking people. Is that how you want to feel? There's more. I'm realizing at work that I'm getting better at communicating, being more to the point, and reaching my aims in conversations. This particular client is after 3 weeks. 3 weeks. This could be you. The squeakiness of my voice, which is one thing that she had whenever she felt stressed, whenever she felt that she got anxious about speaking, her voice would go up. And that's because your jaw tends to clench. So, being honest, the squeakiness of my voice has not disappeared, but it's very much in the background now. How amazing is that? I've changed the way I think. It comes from awareness. I've learned to slow down and control my pace. As I said, these comments are coming from people in week 3 and week 4 of the course. Wait a minute. So this is week 3 and 4 of the course. Imagine where you will be 6 weeks from now. Imagine. So I'm going to tell you now, that I only have 6 spots available for the next group course that starts on Monday. A lot of my clients prefer one-to-one help, and I do have 2 or possibly 3 one-to-one spots available right now as it stands. I have dropped the link here. The link is to my calendar. So, what I really would like for you to do, if you are ready to make this transformation, if you are ready to be one of these people that want to give me these kind of testimonials without prompting, then just click on this QR code and it will take you to my calendar. Make an appointment. I have some appointments available tomorrow. I have just a couple available for tomorrow. And then on Monday, I have a few more available. So jump in very quickly and let's have a conversation about whether this is the right fit for you, whether you would like one-to-one help or whether you would like group help. But now is the time to act. If you start the course on Monday, you'll be finished by Christmas. This means that you'll be ready to go in January. First of the year, instead of starting a course at the beginning of next year, be ready to go in January. And do you know the best thing about this course? I mean, the best thing is the transformation. But the most amazing thing is my technique doesn't mean that you work after working hours. Every action that I get you to do is all done within your working day. You will practice techniques. I will give you phrases that will work, everything that will help you. And you just basically go to work with a few things to work on. And you do that at work. So you're not spending family time working on your English. Sound good? Do you know? It lights me up. The amount of transformation that comes in such a short amount of time is just incredible. You just need the right guidance and you just need the right support. And I am there to supply you with both. So, as I said, there is a group course available starting on Monday, the 17th. And then there is also one-to-one available, which means we would individually meet, obviously individually meet, but you would be able to schedule your own sessions, each session on a one-to-one basis. Obviously, the group sessions, we meet every Monday evening at 6 o'clock. So I'm hoping that that will fit in. I had a few people wanted to join from the last intake that were unable to do so because the course was a little bit earlier. So I'm hoping that 6 Central European time is a good time. But do reach out to me and let me know, because for the next session, if 6 o'clock doesn't suit, maybe the next session I can supply whatever will suit. So I hope you have an amazing day. It's been a wonderful Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Have a good day.